spent that much time together. So it's just nice to get some quality time with them. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we did when they were here. But I think I should start with what happened before they came out. All four of us have been burnt out, but in different ways. We're in different ways at different levels, but we're all a little harried, which I'm not bragging about. Of course, that's not a good thing. We don't want to enter stress tunnels. We want to be grounded, be calm, be relaxed. But anyway, she has been the most stressed of all of us. Maybe my sister's been very, very stressed. Very, very stressed. So, 2 days before they came out here, she was working. She's been working weekends a lot, just working a lot of hours. And where she lives, it's still cold. She's been working a lot, so she wasn't really paying attention, and she likes to wear her rings loose anyway. Maybe you know where this is going. But she lost her wedding ring. So her wedding ring is, everyone's wedding ring is really special, but hers is extra special because it was handmade by this woman who lives on an island in another country, a country that's significant to the two of them. Handmade, lovingly made, a really special design. And on top of all that, when my sister lost it, she went immediately to the woman's site to see if she could maybe get it replaced, if that was what was necessary. But the woman didn't offer it anymore. Anyway, what happened was she was working from home. Her husband was working outside of the home, and she went to take the dogs out for a walk. Just 2 very cute dogs. And she just walked them a block and a half. She didn't have a lot of time. And sometime in the middle of her walk, something felt weird on her hand. So she looked down and she was like, my ring is gone. So she told her husband, and her husband immediately checked the Nest Cam. They have a Nest Cam by their front door, on the inside. I personally cannot. Cameras in the home is not my thing, but they really like to have it because then if the dogs do something funny, or if they're away from home and they want to check on the dogs, they can always see. So her husband immediately checked the Nest Cam footage and was like, oh, right before you took the dogs out, because it's by the front door, you walked by the Nest Cam and you had it on. So she's like, okay, it's either down the stairs or within this 1.5 block strip that I walked with them. Because again, she did not walk far. So she looks and looks and looks for it. She can't find anything. Like I said, it's still cold where she lives and snowy. And the street, the parkway, and all the little grass strips, it's all snow, crusty, muddy snow, and layers of, decomposing looking, can't find it. Meanwhile, she's told my mom, and my mom is like Googling, trying to help her find a solution. Now you might be like, what could a mom many states away do to help her daughter find a lost ring? Well, everyone in my family is known for being a little bit obsessive. And so basically my mom is just Googling willy-nilly, no real idea in mind, but she does land on the solution. She somehow gets the idea that my sister could use a metal detector to find the ring. So she finds a guy who rents metal detectors, and she's like, here, go rent a metal detector and maybe you'll find it. When I first heard that was my mom's suggestion, I was like, that's a nice idea, but that's crazy, right? Like, it seems crazy. But my sister was so desperate to find this ring that she was like, okay. So the next day, she goes to this guy's house. I think he rents them out of his house. She goes with her friend. And her husband, before she goes, is like, because he's at work again, he's like, whatever you do, don't go into the house, right? Like, don't go into the house. She's like, Roger, like, I would never go into the house. I would never go. So she and her friend get there, and this woman opens the door, and immediately, my sister said, she and her friend just like followed the woman like sheep into the house. They just like didn't think about it, and they followed her down these stairs, and all of a sudden they're in his basement, and there's like, like saggy furniture and like a bunch of metal detectors and equipment. He runs out, and she's like, oh, like, I wasn't supposed to go in. I don't know why I went in. I just went in. But they're in there, and it's creepy. But then, once I calmed down and I looked around, I was like, oh, there's also like newspaper clippings about like this guy and like how he has helped people and stuff like that. So she's like, okay, it's fine. So the guy rents them a metal detector, my sister and her friend. And also he calibrates it for them. They test it on other rings of a similar size to make sure the signal is strong enough to pick up her ring, but not too strong, because they're in a city, and in a city everything is metal, and the metal detector goes like 6 feet down, so like any pipe or grate or anything you're passing over, it's set off. So he calibrates it for them. He's like, I think you should be good. She's about to leave, and he's like, oh, before you go, just out of curiosity, just out of curiosity, like, what kind of radius are we talking about here? And my sister was like, oh, not that much, like a block and a half. And this guy was like, oh, that's quite a bit, but like, you know what, like, go ahead, good luck. So my sister and her friend go out back to where she was walking with the dogs, it's been going off for pipes you can't even see, and like stuff underneath stuff, and like anything you pass by, it's been going off, but it goes off, and they find it in the muck and in the leaves and under the snow. And the woman came back out, and they're like, "We found it!" And they're like jumping up and down, I guess. And the woman was like, "Oh my god!" And they were all screaming together, like so happy. So they did find it, which was very good. I do think if she hadn't found it and she had contacted the woman who made it, even though the woman doesn't offer that ring anymore, she might have found a way to replace it. Who knows? But, that's still a cost to like buy the material, the gold again, and make it and get it shipped and all of that. And luckily, my sister did not have to do that. And it's funny because then the next day, she didn't buy the metal detector, she just rented it. So the next day she went back to return the metal detector to this guy, and he's got this wall with like photos, and he's a sweet guy. And she was like, "I found it," and he was like, "No kidding." He was like, "I didn't want to burst your bubble, but when you told me that you were looking along a block and a half, I thought, I gotta tell you, kid, I don't think you have a shot in hell." Because that's a lot of space to look at. It doesn't sound like a lot, but again, when it's pinging on everything and there's lots of muck around and stuff, it's a lot of space. But he was really happy for her. So she found her ring. She got a little, like, those plastic coils you can get to go around it to make it a little tighter. She got that before the trip, and then she's gonna get it resized, although because the design is so special, it's a tricky ring to resize. You don't want to cut it and ruin the design. So I think what she's gonna get done is get little beads put inside of it, little beads of metal, or you can like line it with a thin ring on the inside. Similar idea to make it smaller. So that was one thing that happened before they even got here. Because we've all been somewhat burnt out. There was a lot of napping from all of us, and a lot of reading, just sitting on the couch and reading. It was raining one day, so that's when the majority of the napping and the reading happened. But also that day, my sister took a bath. She does not have a bath in her apartment, and she loves baths. I think she would only bathe instead of shower if she could. So I was really happy to let her use our bath, especially on a rainy day. A warm bath. I have a candle in there. It was rainy outside, and the window was all misty. Maybe a book. It's perfect. I have a lavender, like, foot scrub exfoliant thing in there. So, she was really happy about that. We also ate a lot of food. Took them to a lot of our favorite places. None of them too fussy. All of them not too far to get to. All reasonably priced, and then really, really good food. Really good pizza. Really good tacos. We went to this vegan place. My sister's not vegan, but she's vegetarian. And it's one of our favorite places because it's not fussy, like I said, and it's just got this nice vibe to it. Painted walls and like dim lighting, and it kind of gives me like cultural center vibes, like from Buenos Aires. Like, it's the kind of place where maybe they have like a little gallery show here and there, even though it's a bar, a vegan bar, or the little screen movies there, and it's just like a cozy place with things my sister wanted the mezcal flight, and then we went to a bar after that where there just happened to be live music, so we got some beer, and they bought a tin tacker as a souvenir, and we danced. A tin tacker, if you don't know, is like a metal sign that has little holes for nails that just advertises a beer or brewery, a brewery really, and my brother-in-law collects them, so we got a tin tacker from the bar. We had a really good time. We also went on a long hike with the dog. We ate a lot of pastries. We went to a museum with really beautiful installation art, and we went to a Taiwanese place for lunch, but also I had on my little post-it where I had all the ideas of stuff we could do, I had like super secret, whatever, super secret time. It was something that was a secret. I wasn't going to tell them, but I insisted that we do it. And that was to get their aura photos taken. This is something I did on my birthday that I really enjoyed. I had always wanted to do it. It's just a fun thing to do. And so I took them to the crystal shop where you can get it done. And I was like, surprise, you're getting your aura photo taken. I knew my sister would be game, but I wasn't quite sure what my brother-in-law would think. But actually he was really game. He was really game the whole weekend for everything. And we had a lot of fun. But I really appreciated him being just like, let's go. So they put you in this dark room, and then there are these wooden blocks with sensors on them and wires connected to some kind of mechanism. But you put your hands on the blocks, there's a hand shape on it, and little metal sensors at the fingertips and other pulse points. And then they take a Polaroid of you. It's just of you, like a normal Polaroid, but then also the block takes a reading, I have to imagine, of your pulse or the heat on different points of your hand, and that translates into different colors and orbs and stuff, kind of like a mood ring. And then that colorful part is superimposed around your portrait, and then they give you a little reading about what means what, and it's just really fun, and they give pretty thorough interpretations there, which I really appreciate. My brother-in-law and my partner both, when they got it done, had like lots of orbs above them that they say are angels or guides, loved ones guiding you. My partner had like blue on one side, which represents a lot of calm, really blue all over, and then some pink, which is love. I'm giving a really reductive kind of summary, but mine was full of all different kinds of colors, basically meaning that I was in a very creative state at that time, but also that my mind was a little scattered and all over the place, like I had lots of different energies to draw from. But also it was kindly suggested to me I could have used a